What is up, everybody? It's Glen Brown here. We're on episode number 15 of the Elliott Blindspots course review, and we're actually on episode number 3 of the Perfect Sales Process series. Guys, with that being said, if you're brand new here, please go ahead and click the subscribe button. I appreciate every single one of you. If you are new, I'm literally making this free value to you guys so you can take this, utilize this in your industry, and make as much money as you can possibly want and become the top 1% in your industry. With that being said, I am a direct resource to Andy Elliott, the #1 sales trainer in the entire world. And if you guys want to totally recreate your life, if you want more information than the one I give you today, guys, please call or text me at 573-305-9393. I'll send you out all the information you need. We'll get you hooked up with the blind spot course so you can literally give your life and your family the life of the dream that they've always imagined. With that being said, guys, let's get started. Today we're going to be talking about fact find and qualify, which is one of the most important parts when it comes to the perfect sales process. So, number one, like I said, we're going to be talking about the fact find and qualify. So what is the fact find and qualify? That is the investigation stage. Okay, this is where you're going to find out their weaknesses, their goals, what they're looking for, if it's a want, it's a need, etc. So let's get started. Okay, so make sure you get a pen, get a piece of paper, consciously pay attention. If you're taking notes and you utilize this information, this will change your freaking life. So do not sleep on it, actually utilize this information. So we're going to be trying to find their dominant buying motive. But here's the thing. We're not just going to come out and say, so what's your dominant buying motive? If you watch the other 2 videos, make sure you go back and watch those. You'll have your intro where you freaking blow them away. You have the greatest attitude of all time. You literally onboard them to who you are and give them have the best attitude in the world and have an infectious energy. Then we go to the create the gap where we ask great questions just to learn about them, ask where they're coming from, about their family, their occupation, what they like to do for fun, what they're going to be using their product or service for, just to build a relationship, get them to talk about themselves and repeat their name over and over. Then we move into the fact find and qualify. So with that being said, instead of just saying, what's your dominant buying motive? Okay, we have to figure out better ways, new language to actually ask these questions. With that being said, say, give me 2 or 3 reasons why you buy your last product. Let's say it's a computer. Let's say it's a car. Give me 2 or 3 reasons what made you buy this last product, James? And then they'll tell you, it was, let's say for a car, actually at the time we were growing, my family, we had a few more kids that just left high school. They're out of the house now. So now we want to kind of downsize, get into something a little bit smaller. We don't need a third row seater anymore. Something of that nature. Now you have some more information. Or you can simply ask, what's important to you now? Or why are we replacing this vehicle? What is your itch? These are all great ways to figure out what their dominant buying motive is without saying, what is your dominant buying motive? And they're going to get great answers from asking these great questions. So make sure you write that down. Give me 2 or 3 reasons why you buy your last product, whatever it is. What is important to you now? Why are we replacing it? And what is your itch to get that dominant buying motive? And then you can also say, what is the concern? What is bothering you? And what is it that you want? Like, what are you looking for? Is this something that you're just wanting? You're just in a different position. You have the money now, and let's say they have a current SUV, and now they want a sports car, and you're like, is this just something that you just want? Are you trying to impress all your friends? Like, what are we going for here? Or is it a need? Is there something that's concerning you? Are parts getting super expensive? Are you needing to trade it in just because it's not doing what you need it to? You need better gas mileage. You change jobs and now you have to drive a lot farther and 16 miles a gallon. It just isn't doing it for you. Guys, we have to ask great questions to get great answers so we know what to provide them. With that being said, is it a want or a need? That's super important. Now, in order to choose what product best fits them, you must ask these questions. And this is the fact find and qualify. So in order to find out what product you're going to deliver them, you have to ask great questions, figure out is it a want or a need, what their dominant buying motive is, and why. Once we go there, then we'll go to step 2. So you will be finding their weaknesses throughout this process. This is super key, okay? So you have to get them to identify or just tell you what they want next. That is super, super important. So, like I said, what is the problems? What is the concerns? What is the itch that's making them want to replace their current product? Or is it just a need? Okay, or you know what I mean? Or is it just a want, not a need? So by asking those questions, you will figure out, is it a need or a want? Now, when you ask them to buy in the clothes over here, okay, you have to know what their goals are in order to supply that product. So their goals or problems that need to be solved are going to be included in the product you offer. So what does that mean? That means, okay, we're going to skip this demo right here, okay? So you ask great questions because in the close, whatever their pain points are, whatever their weaknesses are, whatever they're looking for, the solution that you're going to prescribe them is going to be in the close. So what does that mean? That means whenever you go to close them, you're going to say, all right, Mr. and Mrs. Customer, you told me that you wanted XYZ. You also told me that you didn't want XYZ. And you said you wanted XXX, right? Okay, now this product or service that we're offering you, this includes XYZ, and it does not include, and you won't have the problem or the trouble or the concern anymore of XYZ, and it has XXX. Let's just do a quick example, okay? So let's say they're looking for, they had an SUV, like I said. They're looking to downgrade because some of their kids just moved out. They don't need a third row seater anymore. They just changed, the wife just changed jobs. It's her main vehicle, and she's not going to be needing it because she doesn't get as good as gas mileage as she once did, okay? She wants to get better gas mileage, I should say. With that being said, you'll say, all right, Mr. and Mrs. Customer, based off what you told me, you said you wanted a vehicle with better gas mileage, you wanted a smaller vehicle because you don't need a third row because your kids just moved out of high school and you just don't need that room anymore, am I right? They'll say yes. Awesome. Well, with that being said, right here, because you just presented, we have a vehicle, let's say a mid-size SUV, with way better gas mileage. It does not have that third row, and you've been having trouble with having to replace parts and all that. It's out of warranty. This vehicle is actually in warranty, so you will never have to worry about that again. As long as this, obviously, all these things make sense for you, you're ready to rock and roll, am I right? Okay, you close them right then and there. You literally close them not by some word track, some trick. You're closing them by doing a great job in the intro, making them love you, creating the gap, building a fantastic relationship where they just like you and they want to stick around you. And then you're asking the perfect questions to find out what they need, why they need it, what their dominant buying motives are, so you can present it at a high level, have high energy, blow them away. But then in the close, you just common sense close them and you say, you wanted XYZ and you didn't want XYZ. So this product right here literally has XYZ that you wanted and it does not have XYZ that you didn't want. How freaking easy is this? Dude, Andy is mind-blowing, dude. If you actually just break it down and you logically think about it, this is simple stuff. And that's all he does is he teaches simple ways to close. It sounds simple and you have to be very quick. You have to really understand this. That's why you have to get a piece of paper, write this down, and consciously pay attention. Once you understand this, this will change your life. It has changed my life and I'm working on this every single day just to get better and better and better. Guys, if you haven't seen him in person, you have to go see one of his seminars. Look, you can even find one online. He will literally, in any industry, if anyone gives him an objection or any kind of closing scenario, he just has this mastered down to where he just closes them instantly. Literally, I compare him to, like, if you like rap music like Eminem or Lil Wayne, he's that in the sales game, okay? Because he just freestyles it, it just comes off the top of the dome, and he just closes and crushes it every single time. It is the craziest thing. Imagine if you could become this person. What would that make you be? Like, literally, how much money would you earn? What kind of life would you give your family? Okay, if you want to become this person, we have to literally not only watch this video 100,000 times, we have to go and get the Blind Spots course and watch it, because he is going to be able to communicate this to you and change your freaking life. So, with that being said, we're going to find their goals and the problems that they need solved, and then those goals and the problems that they need solved will be literally put in the close or in the presentation that we're going to give them, so that when we go to close them, it's easy. It's exactly what they wanted, and it doesn't have the things that they didn't want anymore. Okay, so to get them to tell you what you want so you can fix it, just say, guys, listen, just whatever's bothering you and your wife is bothering me, okay? So rest assured, I'm not going to stop. I'll be here all night until we find the perfect solution for you guys, no matter what it is. If you're selling insurance, you're selling computer parts, you're selling cars, whatever. Guys, Justin and let's just say Justin and Maggie, right? Justin and Maggie, whatever's bothering you guys is bothering me. So rest assured, we're not going to leave here until I make sure that we find the perfect product that suits you guys, so you never have to worry about this concern again. Is that fair? What are they going to say? No? They're going to say yes. With that being said, so go into your presentation with a loaded gun. So you want to go into this presentation with a loaded gun based off the good questions that you asked. So now you know exactly what they want and why they want it. So then, obviously, this is going to be found in the fact, find, qualify step. So ask great questions, you get great answers. So we're going to find their pain and then talk about it. So this is going to be more translated to the presentation and demo. We're going to touch quickly on it, but in the next video, number 4 of the series, we're going to go in, how to present it, what kind of energy to bring, and just what little tactical steps you can use to literally blow them away and get them emotionally connected. So recognize and address their pain by telling stories. This is one thing that Andy always harps on, and it's so true, and I'm working on this every day myself. You have to paint pictures and tell stories, okay? This is so important. Let's say, so for instance, we're going to tell a story of the cons by going with said product, or by not going with your product, by sticking with the product they currently have. So we're using an example of like computer sales, okay? So let's say that someone comes in, they want to trade their computer off because let's say that their computer is it's going too slow, it's not performing how they want it to, it doesn't have enough storage, and they would like better graphics, okay? Let's just say that for a scenario. So you want to be able to tell a story by painting the cons of if they don't, let's say they're like, it's a little bit more than I wanted to pay. Okay, well, you got to paint a story by saying the cons of not going with their product. So for instance, you'll be like, hey, I completely understand, why you would have a little bit of concern. Let's say this, let's say this for instance though. If we weren't going to do anything today with what you currently have, right? You currently have something where you're not happy with the slowness of the speeds. Dude, you're not even getting to play the games that you want. I mean, how frustrating is that? I mean, I know all your friends are sitting there, they're playing the game, they want you to play with them, and it has to bum you out and kill you not to be able to play with them, right? And I know you said you can, but it's just not the same because it's not working for you. The graphics aren't coming up, the lagging is completely wrecking the whole game. I mean, how does that feel for you? Isn't that something that you just want to fix? They'll say yes. And you want to continue to paint a story, and also with the concern, you don't have enough storage on your computer anymore. With that being a fact, you're not going to be able to get the newest games that are coming out that all your friends are going to play. Wouldn't you agree? They'll say yes. So you're painting pictures and getting them to say yes with you based off the cons of not going with your product and staying the same. So they either stay the same or they get your product. Then you tell a story of going with the pros of going with your solution. So at the same time, Johnny, we can stay with your current situation and have these pain and struggles, or we can go ahead and upgrade to a new solution. It's always going to cost more than you want to pay, Johnny, but I guarantee you this. Whenever you open this, whenever we get this all set up at your house and your computer is literally blazing speeds, you have freaking faster service and faster connection than any of your friends, and you're literally wrecking all of them at the game. You're the leader of your team. You're literally crushing all the opponents, and literally everyone's like, all hail, all hail you, because you're literally the leader of the team. You're the king of the game, right? How is that going to feel for you? I mean, that's going to be amazing, isn't it? Absolutely, dude. There's nothing that can beat that. With that being said, you're not going to ever have to worry about your storage again. How's that going to feel? It's going to feel amazing, isn't it? Of course it is, man. Dude, you will never have to worry about anything. You can download 100,000 games and you're still going to have storage left. How will that feel? They're going to answer you. Guys, you might be like, this is stupid. I don't even sell computers. Guys, it doesn't matter if you sell computers or not. What matters is understanding how to paint pictures and tell stories about the cons and the pros. Like I said, we're just going over this quickly. I'm not going to spend too much time on it, so we have a lot of information to go in the presentation and the close. So then, ask great questions to get yes answers. This will be huge that we'll be talking about later in the video as well. And you want to ask questions to get the answers that you want. Dude, this is some tactical, unbelievable stuff, and the only one that I've ever seen teach on it is Andy Elliott. Okay, and then you also want to connect them emotionally with your solution. So like I said, you paint pictures and tell stories that emotionally gets them so involved and invested that the value is raised, and then they want nothing more than your solution. Like the computer, there's going to be people who want this so bad, and when you connect it with them emotionally, you paint a picture and tell a story, dude, they're just going to be like, whatever, let's just do it. People buy when they're in an emotional great state, so you have to put them in that. Okay, number 4. The Fact Find Qualify will weaponize you in the demo and presentation right here. On what hot buttons to utilize, and what to paint pictures positively, and what to paint pictures on the negative side, on the cons of not going with your solution. So you must ask great questions to get great answers, and paint pictures and tell stories. So make sure you just write this down for the next video, especially for the close. So ask great questions to get great answers. Paint pictures and tell stories, and almost more importantly than anything, you gotta make it the customer's idea every single time. Listen, Andy would say it all the time. When he was younger, when he was 20 years old, he actually made $500,000 a year in the automotive industry. It was like 2001, I believe, okay? He just had got started. It might have even been 1999, okay? With that being said, he would logically close everybody, but he wouldn't make it their idea. So what does that mean? That means you have to ask questions. Not only to get you have to ask great questions to get great answers, but you have to make it their idea by painting the pictures, painting and telling the stories of the cons and the pros. And when they say yes, they're agreeing with you, and it's like you're making it their idea because you're completely making them agree with you. And whenever you can do that and they think it's their idea, and you've painted the pictures of the pros and the cons of staying the same or going with your solution, and what their life will look like without it, what their life will look like with it, and you get them emotionally invested, dude, this is how you freaking win. So if you want to become a top 1%er in your industry, if you want to literally change and recreate your family's life, make sure you watch this video again, take notes, go through this whole series, and I promise you, this will change your life. I hope I didn't swivel too much in the presentation, the demo, and the close video, but guys, all I want to do is give you freaking free value. I'm fired up about this. This is just mind-blowing stuff, you know? I could die today, I could die tomorrow, and I don't want to. I want to go out giving you as much free value as I can. And guys, listen, all of the love, all of the support, the likes, the comments, the subscribers, like, dude, this means the world to me. All I'm trying to do is just help you guys. It's not about me. It's literally about you. God bless you all. I love you all. And again, if you guys want to get hooked up with the real course, if you guys want all the information and have Andy communicate it to a high degree level to you guys, please just call or text me at 573-305-9393. I would love to get you all the information and literally let you have the information you need to change your freaking life. With that being said, if you guys want to join something for free, we are on day, actually 45, so I should fix that real quick, of the Elliott Challenge. What that is me and Anna, my fiance, are growing spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally, every single day, and self-developing, training every day to become the man and woman that God made us to be. Andy just said it best. He challenges everybody 2 to 3 years, which is 3 years is 1,095 days. If you were to stay consistent, if you were to literally cut out all the devil, all the nonsense, all the sins out of your life, no distractions, no entertainment, no just letting your mind wander off, and you're growing in all these areas, spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally, and you're self-developing and training every day, you're plugging into the right stuff instead of the wrong stuff, he guarantees you'll be a freaking millionaire. Whatever you want. And it's not even about the money, but it's about showing anybody in the world that you can have everything that you want so that they can be inspired and then they can do it and then someone else can be inspired. And then we can bring freaking compound effect that we have a brotherhood, a brothers and a sisterhood of men and women who are just growing and striving for more in life. And we can freaking take over this world and show that anything is possible. So with that being said, guys, if you want to join the Elliott Challenge, just hashtag Elliott Challenge on your story or your post. Put 1/1095, tag me at GlenBrown234 on almost anything social media. I'll like it, I'll comment, I'll make sure to share it. And guys, it's time to take over the freaking world. So if you're ready, please go ahead, if you need anything, like I said, please text me. Use the Elliott Challenge. And if you need to, if you're ready to really change your life, self-invest, because self-investment is 1,000x ROI of anything else in the world. Real estate's 7%. If you're ready to literally change your life, guys, call or text me. Let's get you set up. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much. And I hope you guys have literally the best night of your lives. Thank you.